Yo, what's up guys? I just woke up from a quick nap. It's Saturday afternoon. I'm about to go watch the game England-Norway with my friends a bit later on at 5. But I thought I'd shoot this video because I actually just went to the mall earlier today. I got myself a new watch. I went to the Eden Center in downtown Toronto, just down there. I got a new watch because I just felt comfortable buying it. And a lot of people will look at it and be like, Ethan, a watch is just a piece of metal. Why would you spend thousands of dollars on a watch when you could have put that into something else, like a TFSA or your RRSP, FHSA? And I look at that, something like that, and I'm like, you know what? That's true. I definitely could have invested in it. But at the end of the day, why are we making all this money? Why are we showing up to work? Why are we grinding so hard to get these really good jobs and work at these top companies if we're not going to spend a single penny of it and just throw it into some investment account that we'll eventually use when we're 64 years old, right? So I started to realize that, and I said to myself, to some extent, why don't I just use some of it, right? I'm not saying I'm gonna drop $100,000 like I even could on some type of crazy watch, right? I'm spending just about 2.5 to 3K on a new watch. I wanna show you the new watch that I bought today because I love watches. I'm super into watches. And also you guys get to enjoy this nice view behind me as well as I unpack this watch. I'll tell you a bit of a story first. The first watch I ever got was a Swatch. Very cheap watches. Really great brand. They really did a great job at bringing back watches and making them fun in the watch industry. And I was probably like 12, 13 years old, if not even younger at the time when I got my first Swatch. A bit later on, I honestly did not wear a watch for a while. I think at some point I maybe had like one of those digital watches that actually tracks your movements and everything and syncs up to your phone. Kind of like it's like a smartwatch, like an Apple Watch to some extent, but it wasn't Apple, it was something else that I wore for about a year or two. And then I would say about 5 years ago, my mother bought me a really cool Tissot. It's the Tissot Every Time 40mm watch. It's all silver, it's a quartz movement. It was really nice watch. It was like my first entry-level luxury watch that my mother bought for me for my birthday. I loved it. And I've worn it ever since then for almost half a decade now, every single day. You'll see here, if you look at the time actually, the time is set to about 3 p.m., which doesn't really make sense because right now I couldn't even tell you what time it is because it's not 3 p.m., I'll tell you that. The reason why is because this watch is out of batteries. You know, I could easily have just swapped out the batteries. It would have been quite inexpensive for me to do that. But I decided, you know, why don't I just buy a new watch at this point in time, right? I'm sitting on some money, I'm making some good money. I'm living in a beautiful city in downtown Toronto. I wanna walk around with a watch that's gonna be a bit more luxurious now. I think it's time for me to have that type of upgrade in my lifestyle, right? Just like with you, as you're upgrading in your lifestyles, you're getting a cooler job. Maybe you cracked that 6-figure mark for the first time with your job. It's time to maybe treat yourself a bit and get something really cool that would really kind of show off your hard work on your wrist, right? So I'm gonna show you today the watch I just got. It's from Tag Heuer. And I went downtown Toronto to one of the boutiques there called European. And they have some great watches, all Swiss watches that they have there, I believe. They've got Hamilton, they've got Tissot, they've got Tag Heuer, they've got Breitling. Some really cool watches. I saw some cool Rados as well, which as I was there, I was like, yo, I guess I gotta get a Rado for my next watch because they got some really cool watches. The Rado Anatom is a super cool watch that I'm definitely going to probably purchase next instead of a Breitling. Initially, I wanted to get a Breitling next, but that Rado Anatom is super cool. And I just saw a quick video of, I believe Erling Haaland just kissing the screen there in the back. But let's unpack this. Let me put you guys down. We're gonna unpack the watch right now. Again, I'm wearing the Tissot Every Time watch, all silver, great watch. And it's time for me to retire this because, you know, I'm making some decent money and I want to have a bit more of a big boy watch. I'm going to keep this watch for sure in my collection. It's going to be my first ever entry-level luxury watch that my mother gifted to me. So there's sentimental value to that as well. Watches always carry a story, a sentimental value with them. So I'm always going to keep this in my watch collection, and it's a very important watch to me. But that being said, let's go ahead and check out what's in here. But let's take a look at the watch. That's the real important part, okay? So here's the watch, guys. It's a Tag Heuer. So you'll see this brand often associated with Formula One racing. They are kind of like the driver's watch, you could say, in a sense, right? One of their most famous pieces is the Tag Heuer Monaco watch, which is like a square. I'll put it up on the screen for you. Really cool watch. I had the opportunity to try it on yesterday, actually. Super cool watch. That watch, actually, cool story, was a flop when it first launched back in 1969. And what happened was, really, Tag Heuer actually decided to stop selling the watch for a long time, for about 23 years, more than 2 decades, because no one was buying the watch. It was a complete square. It had a blue dial with red hands, and it just looked a bit tacky or kind of big. It was very different from what people were used to at the time. But what happened was, a bit later on, Steve McQueen, a very popular celebrity, a very popular actor, he's kind of like, almost like a mix of Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise today, right? He came out and he filmed a movie called Le Mans, which is a driving movie, right? At the time, the movie also flopped, right? And he was wearing that Monaco watch in the movie. The movie flopped, but years later, it started to become one of those cult classic films that people would kind of just watch and for fun, and there would be this cult following that followed. So the film started to gain some popularity years down the line. But eventually, because of that, Tag Heuer decided to bring back the Monaco watch, and it became eventually their most popular watch to this date. Now, this is not the Monaco. I'm not honestly a huge fan of the Monaco. I think the Monaco looks great. It has a great piece of history, a great story to it about how sometimes the work you put in, there's always a delay between the work you put in, the effort you put in, and the actual success that comes afterwards. In this scenario, I decided to go with the Formula F1 watch. So I'm gonna open that up right here for you. This is really the first time I'm actually opening it. I've obviously tried it on at the store, but this is the first time I am opening the actual watch with all of y'all. So it's gonna be super cool. All right, so this is the box and covering. We got Tag Heuer at the front. We got that red and green. They are currently the official timekeeper of Formula One racing. Used to be Rolex, but I believe in 2025, just last year, Tag Heuer took the crown as the official timekeeper of Formula One, which basically all that means is they are in charge of providing all of the equipment and the timing. They do all the timing when it comes to the cars, when they pass the line, all the lap times. All of that is provided by Tag Heuer. So really cool brand. It took me a while to figure out how to pronounce this name. I thought it was Tag Heuer, but it's actually Tag Heuer. Even with my Tissot, I thought it was Tissot, but it's actually Tissot. Let's go ahead and open this right here. Okay, so I'm gonna be careful here, but this is the watch right here. So we can get a little focus. Voila. That is the Tag Heuer Formula One blue dial. It's not a rotating bezel, so it's fixed. It was released back in 1986. And really, with this watch, it's just a classic, man. I mean, look at it. It's really cool, everyday type of watch. You can kind of wear this in all occasions. And I'm gonna go ahead and give it a try. I do have a 5-year warranty with this, which is great, but let's go ahead and give this watch a try. So I'm actually going to remove my old watch here. So we are finally, after years, swapping out the Tissot every time. This watch has been amazing, a really good starter watch when it comes to breaking into that entry-level luxury watch. I would say, you know, with this watch here, it's kind of also like an entry-level luxury watch. This one cost about, the retail was 2.5K Canadian, so after tax it was about 2.8K Canadian. Here in Canada we pay about 13% tax. But let's go ahead and try this on and see how it looks. So I'm gonna pop out this pouch right here. It does come with extra links too, which is nice, right? It comes with extra links in case I put on a lot of weight one day and you know, gotta make this looser. That's what I told the salesperson, and he said, oh, well, actually, what if you just scratch some of the links and want to replace them? I was like, oh yeah, I didn't think about that. So again, really cool watch, guys. Let's go ahead and let's open this. So the clasp right here, normal clasp, it has Tag Heuer. I don't think you can see that. It just says Tag Heuer right there. My camera does not focus well. And let's see, let's take a look at this watch right here. Now I'll do a close-up preview as well. This is the watch. All right, let's take a quick look at that. And let's see, let's throw this on. So I got this sized, of course. When you buy a nicer watch, they'll size it for you. And it just comes with a normal clasp, like so. Well, this is it. It's a beautiful watch. Let me give you a quick close-up here. All right, guys, here is the lovely watch with the view of Yonge and Dundas. How lovely is that? But check out this watch, guys. It is phenomenal. I mean, come on. Absolutely phenomenal watch right here. Get some focus. Look at that. Wow. The blue dial is just amazing. Oh, I got a great focus right there. The blue dial is just amazing. The movement is clean, of course. I love the hands on there. It's very much like a driver Formula One type of feel. Again, the bezel, which is where the numbers are, where it says 30, 35, 40, etc. That does not move. This is not the F1 that has a sliding bezel. I love the 12 and the 6, the numbers on there to mark the time. Of course, you got the logo right there, Tag Heuer. Just a clean overall watch, and that's right there, boom. Tag Heuer, just a clean overall watch. Again, it's only about 2.5K. And it's just one of those watches where it's like, boom, look at that. It's a nice conversation starter. I love the blue. I'm wearing actually like a blue as well with my navy here. I also have like blue navy pants as well. So it honestly works really well. But again, navy blue is something that you can really pair with anything. And the premise of today really is showing you guys that, I'm showing off my watch here. The premise of today is showing you guys that once you get to a point where you can make money, right? Let's say you get a cool promotion, you're making 10,000 more, 15,000 more, 30,000 more. You know, I helped one of my clients the other day. He moved from a job, he was making about 70K a year. He moved to a job, now he's doing 100K a year. He's working in this downtown area as well. I bumped into him the other day. And it's cool because when you reach those milestones, you kind of want to celebrate. I remember one of the other guys I know, when he got another job and he moved from 70 to 100K salary, he actually bought a Rolex, right? He got on the wait list for a Rolex and bought one, right? So it's kind of cool because when you get to those big moments where you land your first big job, whether that's a 6-figure salary package, or maybe it's just your first job in Canada, you just came from India or Pakistan or Bangladesh or China, and you just landed a sick job here in Toronto, Canada, you want to celebrate. I always say, guys, just get a sick watch like this or something. I'm not saying get this exact watch necessarily, but find something that you really enjoy that can kind of help tell the story a bit, right? And so part of this story for me is I'm in a sick place. I'm in downtown Toronto. I just moved to a new company called KPMG, which is one of the big 4 consulting and accounting firms in the world, one of the most prestigious firms in the world. Extremely hard to get into, very low acceptance rate. It's called the Big 4 for a reason, right? You have FANG companies, right? You have Big 6 Canadian banking, you have Big 4 and you have MBB. Anytime you hear these mnemonics of companies and groups, you know they're prestigious and they're hard to get into. And I wanted to kind of celebrate part of that as well with this new life here in downtown Toronto to rock this right here, the Tag Heuer Formula F1 41mm blue dial, all silver bracelet. Super cool watch, guys, and I want you guys to also get to a point where you can celebrate like this too, right? Be in a nice apartment like this, have a nice view of the city, live in an area where maybe you're working downtown as well if you like downtown, or maybe you're working just outside around the GTA where it's a bit calmer, quieter, those suburban type of vibes if that's what you prefer. But most importantly, you have a job that pays you well, you can afford to buy things that you like to buy, and you actually enjoy showing up to work, right? That's part of my program too, is I'm not just gonna get you a job. We sit down on our first call and I get you a job that you actually want to do, right? If you love data science and working analysis in Excel and Python and SQL, then we gonna do that, right? We gonna do that, right? So it's a whole process, guys. It's a whole process. I get people jobs that they actually enjoy with good pay, That's the most important part, is for a lot of people is getting a place where it's good pay. For some people, it's not as important. Maybe they're in a toxic workplace and they just want to move because they are stuck in a place where they're happy with the pay. They just want to move as soon as possible because their workplace is toxic. Well, in that case, come to me, man, because we'll still get you out of that toxic workplace. Ideally, we'll still get you a pay bump, a pay raise. But again, I want to get you guys to a point like this where you guys can enjoy life, buy some cool things that you like. I'm not saying go crazy with the materialism. I don't believe in pure materialistic points of views. I do think there's a balance to everything, but I do think enjoying life to the fullest is really important. So if you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe. You'll see a lot more other videos. Most of my videos really are about the job hunt because I've been through the job hunts. I used to work at Scotiabank, one of the big 6 banks. Then I worked at Oracle, one of the Fortune 100, the largest AI software company in the world. And then now I work at KPMG, a big 4 consulting firm, as a senior technology risk consultant. So I've kind of been all over the place when it comes to being able to land into these prestigious firms with good salaries. And now I want to help people do the exact same thing so that they can enjoy life just like this guy. So hit the subscribe button if you want to land your dream job and keep following content from me, or even if you just find this inspiring, right? You already have your dream job, you just find this content inspiring. And hit the like button too, because it'll help push more of these types of videos into your feed. Talk soon, guys.